Okay, so what's up, guys? This is the first of hopefully a lot of incoming replay commentaries, I guess, and replay analyses. So this is a Varus game, and I'm playing with a random support called Clax, who's playing Leona. It turns out to be a pretty sick player, actually, and this game's quite long. It's 42 minutes, but from what I remember, it's a decent game, and I play well. So I like recording games where I play well because I feel good about myself, and it turns out to make for a decent game. Before the game starts, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I've done to sort of plan this kind of thing that I'm going to be trying to do. Basically, the last 2 weeks and a bit, I spent a lot of time actually playing the game, which is unusual for me because I don't actually play this game very often. I tend to watch it more and analyze it more than I play it. But I spent a couple of weeks playing the game, and I got a lot of decent games recorded. And I sort of went to my log replay and renamed every game that I thought was worth a watch and a video, I guess. And then so I've got this like stockpile of like maybe 15, 20 games that are all worth watching and making videos out of. So I thought for the next 20 days, or maybe even 30 days, depending on how far I get with this and how motivated I am, I guess, to continue, I'd try and make a video every single day. And I'm going to say that now, and hopefully I follow through with it, but I know what I'm like. I have a tendency to sort of forget about things and just not do them. And yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen because I'd like to try and make a video every day for a month. I think that's a good sort of goal to set myself. So hopefully I stick with that, and show me your support if you want me to stick with that, I guess, because it's easier if people are saying like, this is good, keep up with it. It's more motivating for me to make a video. Obviously there's not a lot to talk about in the laner phase. I just thought I'd talk about that now while there's a chance to talk about it. Going over my Varus, I usually play something like 21-18 or 21-09. I never play 21-09. That's a complete lie. 21-4-3, I think. I don't know, something like that. I play some odd masteries. That doesn't even add up to the 30, but it's okay. Yeah, I play with mana regen and armor. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I don't have lifesteal quints. That's something to note in this lane. Quite often I play Varus with lifesteal quints, and I think lifesteal quints in general are just really, really, really good. But this game I don't have them, and the reason I don't have them is because honestly, against the Grey's Janna, like, there's not a lot of poke to go around, and then what poke there is to go around, Doran's Blade pretty much helps. And you don't really need the extra 6%, I think, having that extra bit of damage, because Varus Leona at the end of the day, I should really stop saying it at the end of the day as well, but I'll get around to that eventually. Yeah, it's an all-in lane, essentially. You have to do as much damage as you can when Leona hits someone with a stun, and Leona's Q lasts about 1.25 seconds. So when you combine it with the E, it's a bit of like a brief sort of immobilize. Like, I don't know, what does it say on the tooltip? Briefly rooted, yeah. So it's like 2 seconds. I give it like 2 seconds. You have to kill somebody. So that extra like AD you get from runes of not having lifesteal actually can make a serious difference because of the scaling on skills. It doesn't scale massively on Hail of Arrows, but the Q scales pretty well with it. So I mean, that's a bit worth to talk about while the laning phase is pretty boring. You'll notice 90X is playing Yorick this game. We tend to do this quite a lot when I duo with him, where if he doesn't get support, he plays Yorick top. Just because it's basically like supporting me, because you have two me's. How can that be a bad thing, It's like the Chaos theory. If you can clone yourself, why would you not want to? And then that's sort of me playing Varus. I'd love to clone myself playing Varus, because if I could have a team of 5 me's all playing Varus, I don't think I'd ever lose a game. And that sounds really cocky, but it's just, I'm just having fun. I don't really mean that. So our Shaco gets first blood, maybe? Yeah, which is cool. You always want a Shaco, whatever you want to call it, to get first blood. I remember here thinking, I could have moved here. I remember, look at this really quick. We have Dana, who's pretty strong. We have Leona versus Annie and Janna, which obviously they're going to win 2v2. I remember thinking, I could move here and probably do something, and I probably should move here and do something. But I want to get these 2 creeps, but I think that's the wrong idea. So I'll see what I do here. Bearing in mind this is a 2-week-old game, so I don't remember exactly what happened. So I got 1 creep, and then I decided it's probably time to move, which it really was. And I hit my Q and E, and like 2 hit Annie, get double buff. And then we get another kill on Janna. So I mean, now I've got double buff as Varus, 5 minutes into the game at level 4, versus a lane we're already winning. because I'm 13 creeps ahead of Graves. That's quite a good place to be in as Varus. Now, I will be the first to admit, 2 weeks ago my Varus was okay. I think in this game it's pretty good. It's not like top tier. It's okay. And I obviously make some mistakes and miss some helmets and miss some. I don't think I missed many Qs. My Q accuracy seems to be really good with Varus, but that's about it. But my item choice, I think I've changed my playstyle with Varus quite a bit since this game. So I'd be interested to see how my item choice works and like if it's still as effective as how I play now. Because I realized something recently where I'd watch a lot of the good players play AD, like what I'd call a good player, Chaos Double Lift. Double Lift especially, I've been watching a lot of his scrims recently, and I realized like how his style works is obviously they all protect Double Lift. Hang on, are we going to get a kill here? My Q hits, and I flash for the kill, but barrier stops me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the double lift thing. I realized they all play to protect double lift. And then I realized every game he always builds Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer. Because it's the biggest damage output you can get as an AD carry. And I think my playstyle is a lot like, I play to make myself live and make the enemy team chase me and do as much damage as I can. But sometimes my item choices actually like hurt myself doing that, I realized. Because while Blood of the Ruined King is a really, really strong item for like lane pushing and 1v1s and 1v2s, I guess, in general, it's really, really strong for that. It's not strong for general sort of protect the AD carry comps, because you sort of just lack that early game, mid game, late game damage. Because Infinity Edge gives insane damage, and Phantom Dancer is just a great item in general. So I'm pretty sure this game I put a Blade, but I'm not 100%. Now you notice I'm level 6 and I haven't recalled. I have 2k gold, so I should probably think about it. But I remember talking to this guy in chat, I think, and we were like, okay, I'll recall when I get level 6. I'm level 6 now, but I think we agreed that like we'd go for a kill, because with Leona Varus, it's so easy to get a kill on somebody. Lee Sin ganks her, and Janna hits a Zephyr on me, which is always sad. I almost Janna, and it bounces to nothing. And then Lee Sin sort of goes like tower heavy, and they all lose a lot of HP. I lost more HP. Had to use barrier, and somehow we got out alive. I don't really know. Jace died top, always good. Jace being fed is like one of the worst things that can happen in a game as an AD carry, because Shock Blast just takes off. He would be in hammer form when he died. Yeah, Shock Blast just takes off insane amounts of HP from you, and it's okay. Like you can say, oh, you should dodge Shock Blast, but in reality, dodging a Shock Blast, which just shot through a gate, is like next to impossible unless you have the sickest reactions. So one thing this Lee Sin actually did really well, and I didn't realize he did it until sort of like after this happened. Obviously we knew they were doing Dragon here. I realized like the reason he did that weird gank bomb wasn't really to get a kill, even though he tried to get a kill. It was more to get Dragon, and then he made his recall and got a free Dragon, which he'd never been able to get otherwise because we were so much stronger in the bottom lane. Here Shaco and Leona go in deep. Janna gets smashed to bits and doesn't die. My Q barely misses Janna, and not really much comes out of it. I thought that was quite a questionable play by Dana, because she knew 4 people were there, and while Dana is like a strong champion, it's not that strong. You can't go 4 people versus 1 and expect to win unless you have like full ions, and she only had 2 Doran's rings and boots, so she's not, you know, she's not super strong. Let's talk about Gray's items a bit. He has a Cutlass. I don't like this at all, personally. I think I mean, some people really like to play this. I really think, like, I think Yellow Pete plays better than King Grace quite often. And I mean, obviously it works for him, and it's a good playstyle. But I just don't like it personally. I think it's not the most effective way to play Grace. Because how I would look at their lane is, like, they have Janna's AD shield, which gives 32 AD. I don't know why that took me so long. 32 AD. And then when you combine that with like a Bloodthirster maybe, or Infinity Edge, like the AD you get scaling on Graves' skills would be absolutely insane. But like, I don't know if that shield's gonna live. Yeah, it is. So it gives like 45 damage to his armor just from one shield. Now I would look at that and think, okay, if I combined like that shield stack plus a Bloodthirster for the extra AD, then my Q and R are gonna hit so hard that I'd be able to one hit somebody, presuming the shield stayed up. So I would like wait for Leona to sort of jump on me, and then barrier instantly, just to like buffer the shield from Janna, because I think barrier shield goes before Janna shield does. So that's what I'd do personally. You notice here we just killed Janna. I'm just hitting Graves. Lee Sin comes behind. Exhaust comes down from Leona. That was really well played by Leona there, not to exhaust anybody, because we knew that thingy was coming. And Leona sort of baits me in here. I go in a bit. I hit Graves. He barriers with the bait, which is quite nice by him. And then Leona dies and I die. So that was kind of... I remember me and Leona both said in chat like, oh, that just happened. Because I think both of us expected to sort of get a kill there, and we didn't. And then Shaco comes in and kills him, so whatever. I got an assist. No, I didn't even get an assist. But we sort of baited each other there. We weren't really sure what was going on. Anyway, back to the Graves thing. Yeah, I think how I would like to play that is, because you're always going to get hit by Leona eventually. Eventually Leona's going to land aced on you, no matter what. And I would prefer to have a Bloodthirster, and then, like I said, buffer the Janna shield with my barrier, so the Janna shield stays up, so you keep the AD from the Janna shield for, I think it's 2 seconds barrier lasts for? Yeah, 2 seconds. So you pretty much guarantee that you keep your Janna shield. And then you burst with the Janna shield and a Bloodthirster's AD stacks, and then suddenly your QR is hitting for like ridiculous damage. I mean, we'll see how he plays this game, but I like the idea. I've never tried it. It probably doesn't work in theory, but I like the idea of it. The Shaco, like, I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea how he lived that. Oh. Especially because Graves had his armor the whole time. I have no idea how on earth he lived that. That was crazy. I remember there was a lot of rage actually this game. There's Dana. Wow. Yeah, so okay, so Shaco dies randomly to Graves. And then we kill Graves. That was just odd play in general. I remember this game now. I remember this Shaco. I remember thinking this Dana raged a lot for the early game from Annie, because Annie's got 6 kills. There was a lot of rage between this Dana and the Shaco. I keep going between Shaco and Shaco. I hope that's not annoying, but I don't know why I do that. But yeah. And then I see him make plays like that, and it's like, that was a bit questionable. And then I mean, the 3 kills he's got, he's sort of picked up like scraps like the Graves bottom lane. They just sort of came in and stabbed him. And then I think he did the same thing. Maybe it was here. He did the same thing. I don't remember properly. But it is 6 in the morning when I'm recording this, so I'm kind of half asleep. But you know, game of life, I guess. Here I'm taking a red buff because we have a Shaco. I probably shouldn't be taking it, but you know, I don't have much faith in this Shaco. If you die 5 times on a Shaco in 13 minutes, something's going wrong. Let's leave it at that. And then here, listen, my ultimate went through him, and then I got knocked back. And I've been a really nice flash there, and I want to rewatch that really quick just to see what happened. Hope that doesn't crash. Yeah, it doesn't crash. Okay. So here, I remember in this game, he hits me to Q, and I wanted to R, like as he Q'd, but like here, if I press my R key here, surely that should hit him because he's blatantly in front of me, and then my ultimate just sort of he went inside of me, and it just sort of went through nothing. Don't know, it's pretty bad. And I got kicked into the Annie's done, and I just smashed my flash key against the wall, and somehow got out. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I thought that was a nice turn of events, worth watching again. Just to see me miss my moment, really, because it happens quite often on Varus. Here I completed my Blade of the Ruined King. I'm not sure why I actually got Berserker's Greaves before I completed my Blade. I think that was a bit of a misstep for me. Berserker's Greaves versus Blade, I don't know. If I could have afforded a Blade, I should have bought a Blade. Now here Knight X is obviously doing the right thing. Like when they're going to camp bottom lane like they are, you have to be getting top towers, and he's definitely getting top towers. So me getting camped here does not bother me at all, basically, because yeah, map is more important than They didn't get. I don't know. They didn't get our second tower. I died. Whatever. I didn't even die actually. And here you see they're bottom lane again. There's 4 people, and I'm like, oh my god, man, this is so stupid. And then I thought I'd try and get a kill because honestly, I am not escaping that. So the best thing I can do is get a kill. Shaco here, I don't know, like what he's thinking, really. And then he baits the owner to go in, and the owner makes a nice play, sort of stuns everybody and makes them go away. And they don't actually get anything out of it. Now I think here Dana should have stayed top and killed Jace, and then they could have got like 2 towers. Instead he came bottom, and Leona made an okay ultimate. It zoned him out, you know, it wasn't too bad. And then he got a kill. So maybe Dana coming down was a good thing. I don't really know. I think it was a more risky play because if she came down and didn't get a kill, it would have been such a waste of time. But then she came down and she killed. How can she see? Oh, they have a water, of course. And then she makes another play which is weird, and she comes in and tries to kill Annie and then flashes out, and I don't know. And Shaco goes deep here, goes to Annie, ignite, yeah, that's so lame. And then I come in, almost at these things, I want to get a kill on him. He jumps to the ward, still dead, don't even care. And Shaco died again, 6 deaths. Like I said, the Shaco play is like the lamest style of Shaco I've ever seen. He doesn't really do a lot, and he doesn't really like involve himself. He just sort of comes around and ignites people and kills them. I mean, it works, but I don't know. And here, like, this is an interesting fight actually. I get 2 Varuses. This is what I wanted to note. There's 2 of me, so I don't really care. I die, and then I'm like, I'm alive again. Yeah. So I'm just hitting things. I got a double kill. My Q should hit here. Yeah, my Q hits. And I think I get an E off right before I die. No, I don't. Sad times. And then you don't really catch Janna. I don't think he'll kill Janna here. It's so hard to catch Janna. Yeah. And Shaco again, like this is a Shaco who comes in, throws a dagger for 10 damage and gets another kill. I wish when I played Shaco, not like I ever played Shaco, but I wish if I ever played Shaco that like my game life would be this easy, because let's be honest, he's having fun. I would be having fun if I was this guy. He's just sort of hitting his deceive key, hitting his daggers, you know. I could see him having a lot of fun this game. I mean, there's a lot of rage in team chat from this Dana about this Shaco, don't get me wrong, like he is mad about this Shaco. I don't even know if I have chat on. No, I don't have chat on. Ooh, there's a lot of chat. Not really. I don't want to see chat. I don't know, I always get too involved in chat and then I find it entertaining for the wrong reasons, I guess. I'm gonna see what happens here, and then I'll talk about his Grace Scions really quick. So I got baited really hard here. Really, really hard. And I used my Blade Active on his Graves and just ran away because Blade Active is so strong. That's one reason to buy Blade actually. It lets you escape situations like that. Like if I had anything but a Blade there, there's no way I would have gone out. But a Blade allows you to just sort of pop in and run. It's like an extra summoner in a sense. It's pretty strong. So here things are going down. 3 people on my team just died. Leona's making plays. Hit my Q, hit my ultimate so he can't get near me. Jace comes at me. I have barrier, so I'm going to bait here. Don't end up using it because no need to. Double kill for me, that's like 700 gold. And then Graves comes up. Obviously ultimate there. That was so obviously going to happen, but then he dashes into me and kills me. It's unfortunate because I had flash. I didn't actually expect him to bookshot. I expected the ultimate, but I didn't expect the bookshot because... yeah, I don't know why. I just didn't. Leona's somehow alive. Goes back in. Does good damage to Graves actually. And then Shaco comes about. Oh, gets the crit. Stabs him a bit. Crits him again. Gets knocked into the tower. Throws a dagger. And kills him with a backstab. And then he dies, obviously. 8 deaths. 8 deaths on this Shaco. But I don't know, he's doing work, whatever. It's not good play. I mean, I'm not gonna try and put it down as good play because it's really not. It's such. This is like the difference. Like in my last video, I talked about playing to win versus playing to learn. This Shaco is definitely not playing to learn because everything he's doing is just like random potluck chances of it working. There's no playing to learn about it. It's just, oh, I crit him, yeah, or like, oh, I barely didn't die and then I died and I got a kill. Like, it's, I don't know, I don't like the playstyle, but it's fun to watch, I guess. Yeah, no, talk about this Graves Lion build. He sort of built a cutlass, and then he got a pickaxe, and then he made a couple of items, and then he finished his blade. I think if you're gonna get a blade, like, you should go for it early. You shouldn't mess around and build other items. Personally, I think the strength of the blade sort of relies on how early you get it, because the active just scales 50% of targets having maximum health, which is okay. But it's the, I don't know, it just seems stronger early game to me, because it gives you that extra burst early game. At late game it's like strong, but early game I feel like it's just stronger if you rush it, because the strength of the item is rushing it, in my opinion. Just because of the stats it gives and the active it gives. Obviously I got an Infinity Edge here because it's solid with a blade. You get the attack speed from the blade and then you get the Infinity Edge for the damage. And it all sort of works out really nicely. I mean, I'd still prefer Infinity Edge Channel Dancer, I think. But it works this game, so obviously I did something right, basically. Here, I think I'm pinging back, like, yo, why are we fighting against the Annie that's got 6 kills on a tower? And then, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I don't remember what happens here. I'm just killing wolves because I want creeps. And they dive in, Shaco dies again, 9 deaths. And then it chases out, and I think we could actually do something here. Looking at this now, like, I got 2 people half HP, kinda. And we have a lot of AoE almost down. I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess. Leona flashes out, respectable play. I hit my Q, do a bit more damage to Lee Sin. Q's onto Yorick, I missed my E because of the W back. And then I'm like in a really bad spot here. I make an Ulma, have to focus Annie, everything goes down at once, double kill for me. I'm gonna pause this and just talk about this really quick. A lot of people here would have chased this Jace and gone for the kill on Jace. Now, I think that's probably the right idea. But I remember making a conscious decision in my head that, like, okay, Yorick, in theory, will maybe kill Jace. That was what I was thinking. Like, if Yorick kills Jace, great. If he doesn't, I don't really care. I want to get as maximum gold and as many kills as I can get out of this fight. And killing Graves is more important to me than killing this Jace at the moment. Why? Just because I don't know, I just feel like it's more important to me at this point. So you'll notice I went strictly for these 2 people here. I flashed in, got the E, and then I came back, got my slow because I have a red buff here now. I got red buff from that, I think, from that fight. No, I didn't, I already had it. My Q hits, and he barriers, but my E hits again, and then I should kill this Graves. I think my Q snipes him from like a mile away. Yeah, so I hit like a really nice Q snipe and kill him. And then Shaco cleaned up the Jace. So all in all, it turned out an ace for us for 3 deaths. And if I didn't chase the Lee Sin and the Graves, it would have turned out 3 for 3. Maybe Yorick wouldn't have died if I focused the Jace. So maybe 3 for 2. But I would take a 3 for 5 any day over the chance of a 3 for 2 or a 3 for 3 personally, because it gets me more fed. I got 4 kills out of that. 4 kills is like insane. It's a lot of gold. And Shaco here like hits a tower, and I don't know why he would do that because it's so risky. And then he dies, obviously. I remember he raged at me here in chat, and he was like, yo, why didn't you just hit the tower? And then I was like, because I'm worth 500 gold at this point in the game. More than that, even. Because I'm worth, like, in terms of value, I'm worth a lot more than that, because I'm 12 and 4. Like, it's a lot of value in me at the moment. And if I hit that tower, I'm pretty sure I would have died, because you don't run away from Elisa and Janna. Like, you just don't run away from that. And Annie can one-hit me if she wants to. Like, she's started tippers there, so she could have just killed me. That's why I didn't have that tower, for anyone wondering, or if this Shaker somehow finds this game and watches it. The value of me is way more than a tender Shaker. So yeah, they do some nice job. They got a dragon, but we got a kill on the top tower for it. I think it's an okay trade, because the way we're playing, we need as much map presence as we can get. Let's see, let's recap the game really quick. 23 minutes into the game. I bought a Quicksilver Sash. That's questionable. But I guess that ties into that blade, that's the thing. Yeah, I'll talk about that really quick, I guess. I have Infinity Edge, Blade, Quicksilver, and Elixir. I bought the Elixir because it helps you live in clutch situations. I'm a big fan of this item nowadays. You'll see it a lot, probably, in my more recent games. Here, this is my Baron call, actually. And the reason I called us Baron is because we have Janet here. We know Janet's here. We know they just went top and tried to kill whoever recorded them. I think it was Yorick recording this bush. And we know they don't have a ward because they have a pink. Like, whenever this is a little mini lesson, I guess, I want to talk about. Whenever you have a pink ward at Baron and you see a good opportunity, so you know Lee Sin's mid, you know Janet's bottom, you know Graves was just top, you know they had to recall because they had nothing and they had to buy, you know everything that just went on, you know Jace was dead, so you know everything that just went on. You can use your game sense here to make a solid decision and be like, okay, I have percent damage. That's a good reason to do Baron. We have a Yorick who can double me for more percent damage. We have a Shaco who's really strong at doing Baron. Like, this was my Baron call, and there's a reason. That's the reason I did Baron. It's safe when you have a pink ward, because at the end of the day, if they do come and check it, it's as simple as just like running out. And as long as you can see people on the map, like, you're pretty fine. So this is what I call a random Baron, where you just see the chance and you go for it. Because I felt like I needed to be as strong as I could at this point in the game, and getting Baron allowed me to do that. You see what I mean? Look how quick this is dying. Like, even if they realized it now, which they did, it's dead because you just kill Baron so quick with two of me and a Shaco. Like, that's 4 things hitting it that just do insane damage. Lee Sin comes and gets caught by Moma. Probably the first good ultimate I've hit this game. It's always worth, like, that's another thing I want to talk about. I don't really want to pause talk about this. I don't think it's that important. After you get a Baron, if you see somebody, do not be afraid to use everything to kill them. I mean, when I say use everything, I mean your own spells, obviously. You shouldn't use everything on the team to kill somebody. Unless it's like a really important target, because then you can't really team fight. But just use your ultimate to kill one person who's a key threat to you, because honestly, if Lee Sin gets on my head, it's a threat to me. Is really important, because it gives you that extra bit of like buffering time to attack towers and just get stuff done, really. So I think me as Moma and Lee Sin is fine there. Because I don't know, Shaco's... He's not really... It's hard to do anything with the Shaco on your team, in my opinion. Just because of how he plays. Like, you can't push a tower with a Shaco because towers ruin Shaco. Here they catch Leona, and I thought we could fight this. I remember thinking we could fight this. But in reality, there's no way. So Lee Sin gets pulled in by Dana here, and I chunk him for like all his HP and then just kill him with Dana. Shaco comes in and throws a dagger. I don't know what he's doing. Yoris is pushed in the tower. Like, good play by Yorick. Like, you should. That was a correct play. Just push that tower, get it dead. We needed to do something there, and getting a tower was really effective. Here, Flash Tibbers went on Shaco. There's something to note. I knew here that Tibbers was gone, so I think fighting here is not that bad of a thing. Let's see what happens, I guess. I'm hitting Janna. Tornado hits me. That looks like a bad sign for me. I'm ultimated here, so I can do whatever I want. I'm just doing as much damage as I can. Moment's just come back up. I get the kill. My little thing died, I guess. My Yorick ultimate just fell over and died. And I got a kill out of it. I got the Jace, I think. Yeah, I got the Jace. So I mean, it's not that bad. Again, it's another one of them games where, like, there's a lot of games like this you're going to be seeing in the next couple of days where I'm 12, 4, and 5, but it feels like we're losing. Even to me now, it just feels like we're losing because it just feels like no one's really doing a lot because this Shaco makes it so hard to do anything. Like, this owner's a really good player. Like, I remember this owner, like, I don't know. I felt comfortable playing with him because he didn't seem to make many stupid decisions. When he got caught, he made nice flashes to get out. He made nice ultimates to initiate. He just did everything right. I mean, Yorick's ultimate me every fight. He's doing nice stuff. He's making tower plays. He's just doing stuff in general. And Dana's making okay plays. She's just a bit of a rager. And then she built a Warmox here. I remember thinking, like, yo, why on earth would he build a Warmox? It didn't make a lot of sense to me at all, because like everyone knows the core item of Dana that makes it so strong is Onya's. And she went Death Cap, but she didn't get an Abyssal versus Annie. She just went Death Cap and then Warmox. I think that was really questionable. I remember just thinking about that and being like, I don't know, the item choice makes no sense to me. Mathematically makes no sense. Should have better stats if she built an Abyssal and a Zonya's. Just everything about it is just, I don't know. It gives me no faith in the player really, because it just doesn't make any sense. And when like the iron build is such a basic thing, When your iron build doesn't make sense, usually the rest of your play doesn't make sense either, because iron builds in this game are not that hard. And like I said, when that doesn't make sense, yeah, you tend to do a lot of stupid things, I find. So we're going for another tower push. I don't really understand why. Looking back at this game, we have a Baron, so I guess we thought we had to do something with a Baron, but it's almost gone. So in reality, we don't really have Baron. How do you end a game like this? This seems to be the problem I have with teams when we have a Shaco. It's so hard to end games with a Shaco because you just lack that one player in team fights, unless they come and clean up. But then that's my job, not Shaco's job. So, like, I'm doing a lot of damage here. I catch this Lee Sin with my ultimate and kill him, and then they all dived in. Shaco went in for no reason, and I'm not gonna flash in there. No way. And then Shaco died and blamed me for ulting Lee Sin and killing him. And I remember being like, yep, that was definitely my fault that you decided to deceive in there with no flash and die for no reason when the guy was already dead. Dana here makes a pretty cool play. Things come down, Jace one-hits Dana, and I'm going in doing damage. Can't really kill anything. They're all low. Annie comes in and hits me. Leona makes a nice E, and then just can't do anything. Like, I remember just feeling so useless at this point in the game, because like even though we're making nice initiates, we just don't have a lot of things really. I know that sounds stupid, but we just don't have. If we'd have killed that Lee Sin, like, and Shaco didn't die for it, we could have done something. But after that, it's so hard to do anything 4v5 because they have a strong team, and we just don't really have. We just lack a player, basically. 12 death Shaco. I don't care who you are. 12 death Shaco is a bad thing to be. And again, he comes in here, tries to steal the dragon, and then just runs away. And I don't know, like, it's just so meh. Leona makes a nice play here. I'm dead probably by the looks of it. I'm exhausted. I E on Annie, blade Annie for the health back actually, and then I hit Annie and kill her. Lee Sin kicks me into the wall. I make a nice flash. Jace runs at me here. And then he kills me. You don't beat a Jace 1v1 at that point of the game. And Shaco's just dying. Dana makes a really big cleanup here. Gets the triple. And I'm pretty sure she hits this Q and gets it. Oh no. What? What? How did she... What? Okay. I don't know. I remember that happening in the game and just being like, oh my god, this Dana just got a quadra kill. And she didn't do anything to do it. She just hit a E button and a Q button and she cleaved him. It was like, oh, that was good. And then she got a quadra and she's got, you know, a Warmogs, 1200 HP, and decides to not really do anything with it. She stole the enemy blue buff, which is okay, but she already had a blue. She could have, like, pushed mid back or pushed this to the tower or push this to the tower. You know, there's things she could have done. I don't think getting the blue buff was the most appropriate personally. And again, I'll talk about this Quicksilver Slash. I think it was a good pickup just because Annie was strong, but I don't know about it still. It saved my life there, but I think more damage might have been a better option. Maybe like a Bloodthirster or a Last Whisper would have been a better option. It's hard to say. Because like the utility you get from a Quicksilver Sash is obviously a lot, but sometimes you just need damage, and that's what I've learned recently. Sometimes damage is more important than living, because if you're getting hit, you're probably dead anyway. And that's like a really basic concept of an AD carry, which just took me this long to learn. But if you're getting hit, you're probably dead. What do I build now? Yeah, now I built a Bloodthirster. That was a good pickup, because I noticed a lot of these team fights I was getting... I know that goes against the concept I just said, but that's because I bought a Quicksilver, so it negates the whole getting hit thing. But, yeah, I bought a Bloodthirster to regen. Makes sense. Team gets caught. Lee Sin really should have gone in on that. Surprised he didn't. Shaco... I don't know what this play is at all. To be fair, I made a really good ultimate on them, and he kind of, like, juked the hell out of them and then got away, which is a pretty respectable play. I don't know, he made plays there. My Q hits, my E misses by a mile, and then we're killing Tibbers because, you know, it's annoying. One thing I will note actually really quick, I don't want to like diss on 90x really, but his ultimate usage in these fights has been it's been okay. But I think personally with the Oracle ultimate, like the later you use it in the fight the better, because they didn't really initiate there. And then by the time they initiated, he doesn't actually have it. And so he can't actually ultimate when we kind of need it, because if I die, there's no ultimate to bring me back to life. And I think it's better to use it when I'm in danger kind of thing. That's just a personal opinion. So here's the cleanup job for Varus. My Q should hit this. Yeah, good Q. And then we keep chasing, but probably for no reason, because there's not a lot we can do. Diana's catching up. She's beat me in score now. She's got 14 kills. So even though I shit talked her item build, you know, it's obviously worked. And the Shaco's died 14 times. I mean, I don't know. He set that fight up for us pretty well. So at least he's doing something. Here again, pushing a tower versus Annie is so hard. The Oracle ultimate comes out, so I go in really deep, because if I die, I'm alive anyway. I cleanse off the ignite, I think, and then I'm just hitting things. Yorick dies to a tower with chasing him, not really a lot you can do. And I'm just sort of stuck running away again. My E just misses everything there. Maybe I meant to hit the two people behind. And then Shaco baits me, trying to get a kill, but he doesn't. He didn't really have anything up, to be fair. So, what I expected. Okay. So I'm just hitting my Bloodthirster if I guess here by killing these rays. Looks like a bit of a waste of time, but I don't really need more items at this point in the game. Again, I don't like my iron build. I think Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper here, and then the Banshee's Veil would have been stronger. I have the gold for that, pretty much. If I could replace these items at this point in the game, I would. I'd get Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, Banshee's Veil, Last Whisper. Even though they don't really have a lot of armor, I would still buy them items, basically. Because they're all at over 100 armor by the looks of it. Yeah, so I mean, it's worth it at the end of the day. None of them really have the HP pool to like make Blade effective, apart from probably Lee Sin. They all have decent HP, but it's not like massive Warmogs, Randuin's style HP. It's really like the real effectiveness of Blade is that it kind of negates Randuin's, but when none of their team has a Randuin's, it's not as strong as it should be. Again, Shaco just, I don't know, like, we get a Baron, so he decides to run into a tower and die. It's so questionable, like, just watching that, I'm sure some of you will comment, like, what was this Shaco doing? Because especially after that, look where he died, like, his corpse is here. And he's just getting danced on by Annie. Like, yeah, you can't die there with a Baron, man. That's just, makes no sense. Janna gets caught really hard here, actually. Like, I don't know. She's like as bad as Shaco in terms of positioning, because that was just stupid. You'll notice I'm not flashing over here, because I do not want to waste my flash for a Janna. No. Not worth it. Take these 2 minions for Bloodthirster stacks, because I presume I'm not at 30 yet. No. And I must have a decent amount of gold. Yeah, I got 2.4k. Again, this is one of them games. It's just so hard because this Shaco, like, he's doing stuff, but it's so coin flippy. Like, he got caught at Baron, and then they wasted a lot of stuff on him, which turned out to be his ultimate illusion, and then we won the fight because of it. And then he walked into a tower and died. There was no bait to be had. It was just straight up walk into a tower and died. So, yeah. I still can't really see how we win this game, and I don't remember how we win this game, because pushing towers seems so impossible. We must make some, like, we must catch them somewhere that's not a tower, because they can sit on the... It's like playing against, like, a Nivea Caitlyn. Like, how do you push against that? That's what it feels like. Yeah, Nivea Caitlyn Trundle. That's what we're playing against at the moment, it feels like. Can't step anywhere without just dying. So I guess from now on, like, the last 6 minutes of this game, I'll focus more on my play because it's more important. This is where AD carries tend to differ. I tend to find anybody can get this kind of score early mid game as an AD carry. It's not that special. Did Shaco here rages actually? I remember this Shaco raging here. Just want to talk about that quick. Because they went 5-man top for him and he got caught and died. He raged at us for not doing anything. When in reality, we were all in base. So it's like, couldn't really do a lot. Yeah, like I was saying, it's easy to get this kind of score as an AD carry, as long as you just pick up kills and stay safe. Like, it's not that special. Where the skill difference comes between like a silver and a platinum, or like a gold and a platinum, or like a gold and a diamond AD carry, is the late game. Late game is where AD carries is the hardest to play, in my opinion, because one mistake and you're dead. And like I said, it's easy to just pick up kills. I know bad players that have gone like 20-1 as Graves, but then they can't position themselves properly late game and then they die. And then it's obvious they're not a good AD carry, and they just sort of picked up kills that were easy kills and finished stuff off. But then when it comes down to positioning, they just can't do it. So I'm going to focus on my play here and sort of break down what I did to stay safe, because you'll notice I only have 2000 HP. A lot of people will buy like a Warmogs here or something to give HP, but I'm confident enough in my positioning that I don't feel like I need it. So that's something important as an AD carry. I feel like buying like a Warmogs or something is just a buffer for bad play. Here Leona almost dies, doesn't actually die, respectable play by him. And we're just sort of running away again, seems like all we do this game. I remember saying here like, yo, if they're not on a tower, let's just fight, because I'm so strong right now that I need to abuse the fact that I'm strong. But it's so hard to do. I ultimate Jace here off the tower, blade him, knee him, almost kill him. Massive ultimate comes down from Annie. I die, I think? I died and then got Yorick ultimated. Yeah. Wait, no, that was the Yorick ultimate that died. Okay, so I'm still alive. That really threw me off there. We got a double for 1 kill, which is good. That was my initiate, again, just to notice, that was my initiate, not anyone else's. Sometimes you have to pick the chances to go, and that was the chance I saw to go. Shaco here, he hasn't been useful in team fights, so he's split pushing. Fair enough, good play. And that allows the opening in order to get a kill. I would like to go back and watch that fight again. Maybe I'll do it after the replay, after the game ends even, because I think I missed quite a lot because I was focused on the Yorick ultimate that wasn't actually me. So I'll go back and watch it, I think, after we kill their base. Presuming that's what happens. I got my ghosts here, and tried to kill Annie, which I didn't actually manage. Waste of time. So I wonder what happens here that we don't win the game. Like, surely we must win here. No, people get caught. I die, by the looks of it. Barrier, blade, E, which hit. Attack animation cancelling, nah, I can't do anything. And then, I'm going to fast forward this, I think, probably. Because there's not really a lot to watch, I presume. What happens? They run down mid. Nothing really goes on. They try and do stuff. So I guess I watched the last fight because it's, yeah. We get a Baron because you can't defend Baron with 2 inhibitors down. Sort of like a unwritten law of the game. No one hits it. I missed my Q and it's all going wrong. No, I killed Baron. Okay, good. Almost got stolen by the Janna. Would have been pretty tragic. And then what happens? We must teamfight or something, unless it just surrender, which is maybe happens actually. Does it happen? No, there's only like 6 seconds left to find out. Okay, so it just goes to live, never mind, so there's no surrender going on here. When you have 2 inhibitors, obviously, like it's pretty easy to just push both sides and then hit towers. That's my ghost. Again, like that's a questionable Oracle in my opinion. It doesn't really do anything. But I don't know. Ulma unleash in, E on him for the percent damage. Somehow, oh right, okay. So Shaco just killed that base. So at least he did something. I don't know if I can. Ah, the victory screen's come up. Yeah, I can go back and watch this. Okay. So quickly, I'm gonna just go back and watch this fight, just to see what actually happens because I really didn't watch it properly. So I'm gonna do it in half speed so I can catch up with this, I guess. So I want to watch me here. I armor this Jace. Okay. Where do I go from here? Attack him. I see the Annie come forward, I guess. And I back off. I still get Tibbers, but I dodge the W. I cleanse a bit late. I'm attacking right at the back. Jace comes in. I'm stepping backwards again, you'll notice. Backwards stepping all day. Straight up attacking here. Just doing damage. Okay, so then I hit him. And then I come forwards, which is where I caught up with me in the actual game. Okay, so that was just something I wanted to watch, basically. Thanks for watching this video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it's quite a long one. Hopefully I'll upload this tonight, and then by tomorrow there'll be another one out, and then repeat for the next 30 days. Yeah, if you made it this far, feel free to send me a replay analysis, or like a game you want me to watch, to roomiereplays@gmail.com, and I will probably watch it, and if I have no more content of my own left, I will make a video out of that. No promises, obviously. If it's not a game, then I don't feel like watching it, and if it's just something I don't really feel like commenting on, then I won't watch it. Chances are I will watch it and make a video out of it, but you know, like I said, no promises. So again, thanks for watching this video, and hope you enjoyed it.